Now we're going to pull back out our problems that we worked on just a little bit ago to represent and write equations for, and we are going to solve them. So I'm going to use GEMDAS, our grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication and division in the order in which they happen from left to right, addition and subtraction, again in the order they happen from left to right, to help me solve my problem. When I look at my equation, I can see I have grouping symbols, and my symbols are right here. I'm going to set up, based upon place value, my equation to the side, 136 minus 44. 6 ones minus 4 ones are 2 ones. 3 tens minus 4 tens is not something I can do. I have to go and regroup. I will borrow from the hundreds place and give to my tens place. So now I have 13 tens minus 4 tens. I apologize. 4 tens is 9 tens. So 136 minus 44 is 92. I'm going to rewrite my equation. B equals 92, replacing my parentheses, divided by 2. I look at my equation, I see no more grouping symbols, so that one is done. Exponents are not something we do in 5th grade, so we get to cross that one out. Now I have to see, is there any multiplication or division going on in my equation, or my expression, and I can see 92 divided by 2. Remember, when your division is stacked as if it is a fraction, your numerator is the same thing as your dividend. So 92 divided by my denominator or my divisor. Can 2 go into 9? Yes, it can. So I'm going to set my place settings to know my answer is going to be a 2-digit number. How many times can 2 go into 9? It can go into 9 4 times, and 4 times 2 is 8. I subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. I check. 1 is less than 2. I'm good to go. Bring down my next digit, which is a 2. Now I ask myself, can 2 go into 12? Yes. How many times without going over? 6 times, and 6 times 2 is 12. I subtract. 12 minus 12 is 0. Less than 2, yes, nothing else to bring down, so I know this is my quotient. I'm going to rewrite my expression and say B equals 46. I have nothing else left to simplify. I have finished my multiplication and division. And this 46 represents the number of boys that are greater than 15 years of age or older than 15 years of age. So then this box over here would be a 46. I need to check my work and make sure that I have worked this problem correctly. So knowing this whole bar was divided in half to get this side, that means my two sides are equal. So I can check my work by saying if I put all of these together, it should equal 136. I am going to start with 46 plus 46, so this will be my check area. 46, 46, and 44. 6 and 6 is 12. 12 and 4 is 16. Put my 6, carry my 1, 4, 8, 12, 13. 136, 136. So I know that I have the correct answer of boys equaling 46. Now I would like you to look at our second problem where Dan, Ann, and Jan all had some pencils. Do not forget to do GEMDAS, so why don't you write it down off to the side. to be a reminder of your order of operations and solve for P. Take a few moments, pause the video. So let's double check your work on this one. Our expression was P equals parentheses 6 plus 12 plus 8, close parentheses, divided by 2. When I worked through following my order of operations, I did my grouping symbols first, and within my grouping symbols, I had 2 operations going on. Both of them were addition, so I worked them in the order that they appeared. 6 plus 12 is 18. Brought everything else down, so then I could do 18 plus 8, which is 26. Brought it down, 26 divided by 2. I did my work here off to the side. P equals 13. So this should be the number of pencils that Dan, Ann, and Jan had left after they gave half to kindergarten. To check my work, I went in and said, well, if this bar is the same as this bar because they were our total pencils, and I gave half to Kender, that means 13 plus 13 should be the entire bar of 26. Then I subtracted out from 26, 12, which would represent Ann, and got 14, when I then took away 6 for Dan and was left with the 8 for Jan. So I know that this problem works out by working it another way. Let's go look at our perimeter problem. And we will do this one together. So let's go ahead, write GEMDAS. Use green off. And I want you to see the way that I write GEMDAS. I write GEMDAS in the steps that I follow, but I put my multiplication and division directly next to each other and my addition and subtraction next to each other because I work these at the same time. I just work them in the order that they appear, going from left to right. So this is my reminder that it's whoever comes first when I'm looking at multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction. So let's go through our expression of 52 equals 16 times 2 plus W times 2. I have grouping symbols. But the first thing that I really notice whenever I look at this is I don't really like the way that it's written. And because I know with order of operations that I can move things around, I want to rewrite my equation to be something easier for me to see. So I know when I have an equation that I have my addend plus an addend equals my sum. And that I can rearrange those to be able to do a reciprocal operation or an inverse operation, which would be subtraction. So I could start with my sum and make that my minuend, I'm sorry. So I could say 52 minus one of my addends, and I'm going to take this addend and move it over. So minus, keeping them together, equals our other addend. I like this better because it's going to just work out just a little cleaner. So I'm looking for grouping symbols. I can see 16 times 2 is one of my grouping symbols. I'm going to go off to the side. 16 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Put my 2, carry my 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So now this is 52 minus 32 equals W times 2. Now this grouping symbol I can't get rid of yet because it has my variable inside of it. So now I'm going to keep on going. No exponents. My multiplication and division, I still can't get rid of it because it has my variable and I'm trying to figure out what this variable equals. So I'm going to skip on down. I've got addition, subtraction going on right here. 52 minus 32, I'm going to go line up my place value. Off to the side, 2 minus 2 is 0, 5 minus 3 is 2. So now I know that this side equals 20, and the other side is W times 2. Well, that means these two put together equal 20, because really W times 2 equals W plus W. It's the same thing. And so this means 2 times, and I can use my inverse operation of division. Or I can say W times 2 is W plus W. So I can say W plus W. And then I'm able to say, well, if I have 2 equal W's, if I divide this side by 2, then I'm able to say W equals 10. I can go and check my work by plugging all these numbers in. So if I say W equals 10, to find my perimeter, I would add up all the sides or re-plug into my formula. I'm going to just add up all my sides to double check that I am correct. So here's my check down here. So a rectangle is a quadrilateral with 4 sides. Here's my 4 numbers, and it's going to equal something. I will just start plugging my numbers in. So I have 10 plus 16 plus 10 plus 16. And I checked off my numbers to make sure I got every single one of them for my perimeter, and now I will put them together. I like my doubles. I know 10 and 10 is 20, and 16 and 16 is 32. So now I'm doing 20 plus 32, and I can see 0 plus 2 is 2, and 3 plus 2, or 3 tens plus 2 tens is 5 tens. So I have 52, and my perimeter was 52. So this one checks out. The last one that we are going to find the answer for is Trey and his odometer. I would like you to pause the video. Do not forget to use GEMDAS and go see how much, what was the average distance or average miles that Trey drove each. All right, so welcome back. Let's go in and let's see if you got the same answer that I did. So when I worked through GEMDAS, I had my parentheses first, lined up my place value over here at the side, and did 132,875 minus 130,000 and got an answer or a difference of 2,875,000. I went and rewrote my problem so that I don't lose any of my steps and said 2,875 divided by 5. Did my work over here at the side where you can see all of my different steps, and I got 575. So A equals 575 miles each day. I could plug that in for each one of my blanks in my strip diagram. I wanted to double check my work, and here is my check. So I just worked it backwards, and I said if I did 575 times 5, I got 2,875. And if I put that number together with the 130, I should get a total miles of 132,875 that he had by Friday. And so when I added my numbers, lining up my place value, I got the same number. If you did not get these numbers and you are struggling to find where your mistake happened, please let your teacher know so that y'all can work together and find what went wrong.